Okay, this video is intended to clear some things up and to be open and transparent and stuff. Okay, this is what I'd like to call one of my not so nice videos. So I don't care where on Twitter that this is floating around or something. I don't care if you try to use it against me. You know, this is one of the videos where I'm actually addressing something that's pretty heinous to me, and you know, like I'm going to put a whole thread about it underneath, exposing all the DMs and all the stuff. Right? I haven't deleted a single word. This is what I'm going to do so that that not only things are cleared up and things make sense or whatever, but it's like to address somebody who truly backstabbed me, as far as I'm concerned, and yet this person seems to be upset with me about something. So we're gonna just put this all out there, and I was planning to do this, but this last DM that I received from this person after 8 months of silence, it's like, it was so absurd and offensive and manipulative and many other things, and we're just gonna go over all of it for all of my friends that were either involved or not. You know, I'm an honest person as far as I can tell. Like, I don't remember lying about anything. I don't delete my posts, and I don't shy away from the few times that I've had people lie about me on here, speak ill of my character on here, spread a bunch of, you know, like I would call it misinformation, if you will. I don't care what term you want to use. Going on a smear campaign to make me sound like some kind of a bad guy because every now and then I get bullied on and harassed online. And then I use words like dickhead, cocksucker, you're a coward, right? A weasel. These are apt description words, okay? So let's just preface that right now. And we're going to get right into this DM. This message is intended for Virtual Mage, who, you know, I don't know what kind of word to use. I'm not going to use the word brother anymore. Hey, buddy, we're not friends anymore, and that was basically all on you. Okay, you don't get to arbitrarily tell me that like somehow this is my fault or anything. No. Every decision that you made was totally on you voluntarily. I was trying to, you know, de-escalate and stuff. Forget it, man. Like I did you way more favors than you did for me. Okay, that's just the facts. All right, and anybody who knows my content knows that I'm actually a really nice guy, and I have routines, and we're going to get into all that. So this is for you, Virtual Mage. I'm sending this directly to you. And what's really ironic about this too is that like you send me this DM, and I don't even know what the intention of this is, because after you soft block me, because I was still following you, you know, I didn't really know what I did wrong. I still to this day have thought about it so much, and I'm just like, well, I think I know it from your perspective what's going on here, but that's not how this works. I did nothing wrong as far as I can tell, and we're going to explain all that, okay? So here we go. I don't care if anybody thinks that this is a scary video, that I'm being mean. Somebody manipulated, and you know what I mean? Like, it was just totally dishonest, and like, we're just going to put it all out there for everybody to read, and you make up your own minds, okay? I really have nothing to hide. I was just going to do it anyway. And then when I told some other mutual of mine that I was going to do this, lo and behold, he comes back and was like, oh, hold on now. You know, I got, you know, and sends me a huge book. You guys are going to have this is the longest. I do apologize about the DMs, because it's not a long time necessarily, but there's a lot typed up, so it's going to be a lot of reading. And I did my best to cut it in the thread so that you could just read it, you know, continuously. But it was hard to snap it all correctly and stuff. But, you know, just take your time, read it all, and you make up your own mind, guys. Seriously, for all my friends and everything, I very much care about all you guys, and I was just trying to have a good time, do good things, and we were supposed to do a project together, right, Mage? That you proposed to me, of all people, because I'm like, all of my other friends are far more qualified, if you ask me, because they love doing that kind of stuff. That's like their gig. I do this for the passion, and I really was humbled and honored to be, you know, offered initially by all this to do projects and stuff, okay? But it all went off the rails after January 9th, okay? So let's just get into this. This is the DM that I was sent just the other night that enraged me, that I was mentioning for my friends who know. And if you don't know, it's been 8 months of complete silence. And now all of a sudden somebody wants to talk, which that window closed, I guess, a long time ago. Okay, that just be honest. If you wanted to talk, 8 months was a good time. I waited long enough. Sorry, man. I was just gonna, because I'm tired of like keeping your DMs around anyway. Like, what are they there for? Just a reminder of being backstabbed? Sorry, I was gonna put them out there, delete it, and move on, and carry on with everything, and leave you alone, like you've left me alone. Because I'm not doing this for no. I don't really want to fight. I'm just gonna do. I don't know why you would have a problem with me going public, which is what comes up in this DM. Okay, let's go. So we're gonna debunk this entire damn thing. All right, I'm just grabbing a beer here. This is unbelievable. Seriously, the worst experience so far on Twitter, aside from Suspended Doll and Guy Fawkes Retro, who's Danny or whatever. Okay, these people are monsters. They're ghouls, and they would happily love to see you get your life shattered, your family shattered, your job destroyed. They would happily be the type of people to do that kind of stuff, because they've seen just, I don't know what's so bad about me, but they love to try to take videos out of context that were intended for them, for bullying me, right? This guy, look at what he said to me. Well, because you damn well kept treating me pretty bad, okay? And I was trying to be reasonable at first, until I realized that there was no turning that ship around, and it was completely on you to actually act mature, and you just weren't going to. So here we go. It says, look, I genuinely feel like there is still some baggage from our previous interactions that is bothering you, and if I did something that genuinely hurt or upset you, I am sorry. I don't have any interest in holding grudges or continuing old arguments. Okay, so let's debunk this right now, okay? No shit that there's baggage, obviously, because you just left us on a cliffhanger. Are you kidding me, man? Okay, yeah, duh. You said that we would revisit and whatever, right? So again, down in the thread is going to be all the previous context, but I'm just debunking this crap right now so that anybody, that you guys could match this all up. I mean, yeah, it bothers me, man, because like I don't see how I did anything wrong. And no, it doesn't. It hurt initially because, again, I'm just confused here. I didn't do anything except try and help you out. I was just a middle party trying to de-escalate the situation because of how you see things and whatever, okay? And I was just trying to make sure that people didn't start saying really, really foul things to each other and blocking each other and considering these things unforgivable, as you said, okay? I don't want to operate like that, okay? That's not my gig. I don't have any interest in holding grudges. Well, that seems pretty convenient that you say that, considering that you haven't said anything in 8 months, don't you think? And then continuing old arguments, there is no old argument. We never argued before. You said all of these things that were basically arbitrary. You made up your mind about a lot of things before, and I certainly wasn't going to start to argue philosophy and belief systems about the internet, right? I wasn't going to start lecturing or like trying to tell you anything like that at all, because I knew that you already made up your mind about the way that you operate. You're a content creator, right? This is your business. You just do all of this because you're trying it, right? And it's going to be all exposed. I do think, however, that there are two sides to what happened between us. Yeah, and you just never said anything to me about what concerns you may have had, right? You never said anything. And I wasn't going to pursue this at all. I already kind of get the story, right? I think I've seen enough. I think I've heard enough, because you did things at the time that were already signaling to me that like you were already checking out, right? All of us saw it. All of our friends saw it, and they know because you unfollowed us and shit. I can't believe you're saying this. This is just horseshit. I appreciated the fact that you were one of the few people who backed me when my content was stolen. I haven't forgotten that. This is, again, I'm debunking this right here. Then why the fuck are you doing this, you moron? Why have you decided to do this? Why are we not friends anymore? Why are you unfollowing me? Why did you stop talking to me? Why did you stop following us? And I know that you're about to explain it, but you can't open with that and make all the decisions that you made. And simultaneously, I mean, how did you appreciate it? How are you appreciating me sticking up for you, sticking my neck out for you, when I'm in no position to be telling anybody what to do on the internet? Nobody owes anybody on the internet anything, as far as I know. You understand what I mean? No one on the internet, on Twitter, on social, whatever. You don't owe each other anything. But, I've got real friends here. And so it's different for us. You know what I mean? We do this for like happy, good enjoyment, fun times, and you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what you're talking about, man. You haven't forgotten that. Well, do you really sit around and think about it all day? I don't think so, man. Where things changed for me was when I felt you were also defending or condoning the behavior of a person who had stolen my content. That's not possible, considering that in the DMs you will see that I said I'm not excusing her, and I am totally on your side, and this has happened before, and I've got other friends that are still with me because they understand that I'm just trying to settle a disagreement, and I'm just trying to make things like all better. You understand? I'm trying to de-escalate and actually see if we can work something out here. Okay? And if you guys think that once it's done it's too late, then that's on you, not me. Okay? I believe in forgiveness, even if you don't. Okay? And that's really the core thing here, is that a lot of people out here think that if you steal a meme and you don't give credit, or steal a video, you don't give credit, it is an atrocity. And okay, yes, it is. It is. Everybody deserves their due credit for their hard work and whatever. Yes. And I've already spoken to her every single time about that, saying that she really doesn't have to do that because she's got enough of a following now to do her own stuff, and people will just follow her because they like her and the stuff she does. So even if she was eating a cheeseburger, there'd be people adoring it, right? So you guys have to understand the way that I look at this. And it's not my problem. Ultimately, at the end of the day, none of this stuff happened to me. I'm just trying to be a bystander that tries to help you guys just because I know the people involved somewhat or very well. I'm doing you a favor. And I certainly don't have to. You've done me none. When I announced that we were working together on the Retropia idea, Retropia is a separate page project that we were supposed to do together on Twitter, right, about video games, right? A digital magazine, if you will. I also received quite a few private messages from people raising concerns about your previous behavior. Now, this part is, yeah, it's Doll and Danny, like I just said, the people who bully me, the people who say that I'm the grifter, I'm the fraud, I'm the guy that's actually... No, you guys are the scammers. You guys are the ones just trying to get the algorithm going, and you're trying to use those manuals of like, well, if you repost and then you do this, you get way better visibility. You guys are the ones playing the social game. Okay, not me. I don't care if I'm authentic, man. I'm just me. And people see that already. And you damn well know it too, all of you. So those are the people that were likely raising the concerns. And they must have shown you stupid snapshots of things that I can totally explain. It's so harmless, right? It's so petty. And again, the videos that I've done before that people think are so scary and so mean are ones like these, where I'm calling somebody a weasel and a cocksucker, because at the end of the day, that's what with all the actions that have taken place and all the things that you've said to me, you might total out to be that, okay? I have chosen my words carefully, and you will have your own set at the end of what I truly feel about you, reading all your DMs and the experiences I've had with you. Don't you dare try to think that I'm going to somehow jump on a dog pile of people who you think are trying to paint you in some way other than the way you've painted yourself, man. Can't believe it. You just shirk responsibility for all this stuff. Like, I can't believe what you're telling me. I could have taken those concerns public. I didn't. Well, Mage, if you really want to take them public, you can go right ahead, because I don't really know what kind of bad things could you say about me, because I never delete anything, and I know the few times that I know that they would be questionably something that if somebody saw it, they'd think twice about it. Well, yeah, you know, that video is one out of hundreds where the others are all positive, all great stuff, makes people smile, makes people feel better throughout the day. That's what people tell me. You understand? And again, I'm just being myself. This guy in California with a big beard that everybody loves, okay? And I love everybody else too. We're having fun out here. Look, I'm doing my own thing. If I get the following one day, it's not priority to me. My priority is to socialize and to actually get out there and to actually meet people who are like-minded and have a good time, amongst other things. The whole following should come naturally. You know what I mean? Because I'm a cool dude, and I've always been this way, and I've always wanted to share it with more and more people, okay? So, This whole thing about taking things public, you go right ahead. I would love to see what you're going to show everybody that I'm like not aware of that I've done. Pretty sure I'm aware of it, man. And I'm pretty sure I could logically explain all of that. And if you disagree with it, then okay. If you can't handle me calling somebody a weasel, a coward, a cocksucker, whatever those things are, but you can simultaneously, you're okay with using the words cunt, fucknut, fuckface, you're okay with those words, then you don't really have a problem with it. You're just pretending to be outraged because you don't like the way that I've delivered it personally or something. And I could give a shit less. I didn't try to use them for attention, validation, or to turn people against you. Yeah, well, I'm not either. I'm just saying that I'm going to expose everything. What do you want me to say? This is, once again, a misconception that you have. I chose to judge you based on my own interactions with you and let my own content and actions speak for themselves. And they have, Mage. They have. People are onto you. They think you're a bot, and you kind of act like one, even if you're not doing it. I don't care whether you're telling me the truth or not. I really don't, because, dude, everything that we read about you sounds like a scam email. Just like this. This sounds like a scammer's email. Okay? Seriously. Even after everything, I gave you the benefit of the doubt. Actually, that's another huge... I'm debunking this right now. In what way have you... That's so opposite of the truth. 1,000% the opposite of the truth. Everything that's going on right now and what I'm doing that you're so nervous about me going public about, right? What the fuck, dude? After everything, I gave you the benefit of the doubt. What does that mean? Does that mean that I should be grateful that you didn't go on a smear campaign with these concerns or something like that to try to expose me or whatever? That's what I mean. When you say, even after everything, I gave you the benefit of the doubt by not going public with those concerns for validation to turn people against me. Yeah, well, to do that would be dishonest. You'd be peddling the same out of context videos, right, that were intended to be directed directly at the people who were bullying and lying about me. What do you want me to say? It was harassment, and it was annoying, and it will always be that way, and I will go to my grave talking about it until somebody either apologizes and makes things right or fucks off and knocks this shit off. You know what I mean? As long as this kind of shit goes on, this is something that I was born to do, man. I fight this kind of behavior. And I don't care if you finish watching this or not. Everybody should watch this and watch the whole thing, and you'll just know what this guy is really all about. Because, no, I didn't force you to write this to me at all. I wasn't talking to you at all. I didn't tag you at all. I'm really curious how you ended up seeing it. You were blocking our mutuals when I chimed in with this stuff. It's really, really weird that you somehow stumbled upon it. And I don't care. I owe you nothing, you owe me nothing. That's why I find it frustrating to now feel like you're publicly trying to paint me in a certain way or joining in with people criticizing me. Correctly criticizing you. And I can't believe that you can't take that criticism because of what you talk out of both sides of your mouth so much throughout this DM, because you then tell me later that it is AI responses sometimes, don't you? You are talking out of your ass, dude. If you have a genuine problem with me, I'd much rather you speak to me privately. I am perfectly willing to have that conversation. Go fuck yourself, dude. What the fuck are you talking about? I don't want to talk to you. You backstabbed me. You did all of this. It's going to be written out all neat underneath here. And I don't want to talk to you. You didn't want to talk to me. That was evident. It's too late now. I just want everybody to know what really went on. And I don't appreciate that one of my good friends, Unplugged Retro, is still tagging you, not knowing the kind of heinous shit you pulled. And I don't care if he really ends up blocking you. If he really wants to keep shouting you out, then okay. He has a different belief system than me. I don't hate him. He's been nice to me. But you are... I seriously got to tell you guys, I am going to start drawing lines about this. I let everything like this slide with you guys being mutuals with these people, but these people are diabolical. You can't afford to be around people like this. The reason I eventually unfollowed you was actually quite simple. I felt hurt by the situation surrounding Follow Friday. You excluded me while promoting someone who had stolen my content, and from my perspective, you were supporting that person despite what had happened to me. You are admitting here fully that it's all based on your emotions, and that I was supporting a person despite what happened to you. You right here. And from my perspective, Yes, precisely the problem here. All you care about is your perspective and your side of the story. If there are two sides to every story is what you say a paragraph or four back, right? You say that in the initial part, but then you weren't at all concerned with finding out my side of the story. You could have asked me. You knew I was an honest guy, and you're not denying that, which is why you apparently trust me with the information up ahead. Appealing to my good nature to not just totally fuck you over and put all that out there like I could care less. Again, totally unverifiable, by the way. Everything you're telling me, I don't know if you're lying to me or not. I owe you nothing. You owe me nothing. That genuinely felt like a betrayal. Dude, you're kind of a pussy. Somebody stole your fucking meme and you're taking it out on me. You're burning the bridge with me and all of our friends because of what she did. If you wanted to burn the bridge with her, then totally go ahead and do it. I get why, from your perspective, but it has nothing to do with me. Not to mention, I stuck my neck out for you by trying to talk her down and to actually like credit you, and if it has to be so, delete it for you or whatever. You're unbelievable, man. You've done me no favors. So I made the decision to unfollow you and anyone else who was supporting that behavior. I didn't make a public issue of it. I didn't try to organize people against you, and I didn't attack you. I simply removed myself from the situation because I was upset. Okay, so what does that mean? I can't go public with this shit? I can't talk about what happened? What are you afraid of? You should be more than okay with it. And you should say, so what? I stand by everything that I say. You should be totally okay with it then, right? Because a lot of people think like you. A lot of you content creators think like this. Once you steal my meme, fuck you. You're a shill. You're a fraud. And you know it. That's what this all has to do with. Your guys' belief systems. You online psychopaths about like how this all works in the Twitter, the unofficial rules of social media and the internet. Which I abide by them myself. I don't steal anybody's content. I don't do that. If you felt at any point that I stabbed you in the back, then I'm genuinely sorry that you felt that way. That was never my intention. I don't know how you can actually come to that logical conclusion. What exactly were you thinking I was going to feel like after you abandoned the project, you turned your back on me, you eventually unfollowed me, you burned the bridge yourself. You said I can't be associated with this kind of crap, right? Like, you said all of that. And then what did you think I was going to feel like? No, I get it, man. No, I appreciate it. No, I get it. What a chump I am. Fuck you. Here we go. There is also something important that you didn't know at the time. Blah, 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 blah. This thing that he wants me to not actually say out loud, right? I'm telling you this because despite everything that has happened, there is still a part of me that trusts you enough to believe you'll treat this information with some respect. First off, you need to take that tone and shove it up your ass. Treat this information with some respect. Go fuck yourself. You had no respect for me, okay? Go to hell. And I think what you mean is that I'm going to treat this with some sort of like sensitivity, I think is what you mean. Because the next paragraph is what you want me to not tell everybody. All right. I'm not a dirtbag like you. I'm not a scumbag. I don't have to talk about this thing at all. Your very personal stuff, I don't have to talk about that at all. Everything you've already done out in the open and behind closed doors with me that has everything to do with everything else is more than enough. Seriously. Anybody who thinks I don't care. I don't care if you think that I'm foul for using this kind of language. I don't care. I'm a nice guy, and when you do all kinds of terrible things to me, well, now you're going to get the rough guy. You're going to get the guy that like is abrasive, stern, and is going to call you for exactly what you are, and they're not going to be nice terms. Oh, no, they're not. They're just not going to be the terms that you're used to hearing from a bunch of man babies online that call people simps, grifters, and just basically try to throw everything in the kitchen sink in terms of ad hominem or name calling, right? That's all they ever do, and there's no substance to their argument, whereas this is probably going to hurt because I've got all of this to back me up, and it shows that you are exactly everything that I sum you up to be. And I don't have to be dirty about it. It's all out here, and you are a very untrustworthy person. Blah, 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 blah. So, during those periods, this is the rich part for some of you guys. You're not going to believe it, some of you guys. During those periods, I gave my girlfriend instructions to keep the page running because I didn't want everything I'd worked so hard to build to simply disappear while I was dealing with this. You know what I mean? While I got all this going on, right? Sure, right. We're all busy. Hey, don't you try to tell me about that. I'm the guy with 3 kids and I talk about it openly, and everybody who knows me knows that, while you likely probably have none of that going on. And I give everybody that benefit of the doubt, man. I'm sure you're busy. Everybody's busy. I get it. But you have no respect for me in that regard, and my own shit in my life that I also have never told you about or anybody. So fuck off. She isn't a gamer and doesn't know the gaming history or context that I do. So yes, there have been occasions where she has used ChatGPT to help with replies while looking after the page. That was never an attempt to deceive anyone. It was simply us doing our best to keep everything going while I was struggling. 2 things with that I'm debunking right now. One is that you could have said this at any time on your own page for whatever reason, and I have nothing to do with this. Really, you could have told anybody else who you've been having trouble with this all about it. Really, you could have done that at any time. And 2, okay, are you really trying to tell me that you're blaming your girlfriend for the way that your page seems soulless and empty and AI bot sounding? Like, you're gonna really pawn this off on your poor girlfriend about this, and you're not gonna be honest with any of your own followers that have nothing to fucking do with me? You're gonna do this behind closed doors and tell me and not be honest with everybody? Why are you telling me this? Again, totally unverifiable, but nonetheless, you use the "it's my girlfriend" excuse. Totally pathetic, man. You are such a coward and a weasel. This is why I'm using these words. Oh my God. Poor girl. If you're being honest about this poor girl is like taking heat for you. Dude, what the fuck? You could have told anybody else that and said, like, listen, guys, I'm sorry that I sound like a bot. It's really my girlfriend. So I promise that I'll do a video call with you. You could have done anything like that, but you've never shown your face, and that's another problem. You actually, really quick, deviating from that, you once said that you would show your face after 1,000 likes or 1,000 followers, right? You swore that you would do that because one of the conditions that I had for working with you, that you'll read below, everyone will read below, was that I really would like to shake hands and make eye contact with the people that I work with, at the very least. I need to know if you're a real person, who you are, and if you're trustworthy. And you have never shown your face, and you're now at 4,400-ish. Shame on you. And this is where we go, okay? So what has been particularly upsetting is seeing people publicly looking for ways to discredit me rather than simply asking me what was actually happening. Why does anybody have to be obligated to ask you that stuff? They're just judging you for the way that you seem. What are you talking about, man? Your character is showing and people are asking you questions and you just can't seem to make the good argument. You didn't say anything about a girlfriend ever. This is I feel like you're just lying out through your fucking teeth. Every decision I've made has been made in good faith. You give yourself far too much credit. You are not... That is a conflict of interest, you fucking prick. Are you kidding me, you self-righteous bastard? The stone's on you to think that every decision you've made has been made in good faith. I see no evidence of that. And like, who are you to say that about yourself when everybody's genuine experience with you has been seemingly fraudulent, right? Like, I don't know what you're talking about. I even offered to speak to you privately on Discord because I've never been afraid of people getting to know the real person behind the account. I'd much rather have a conversation than have people build an entire picture of me from assumptions and secondhand information. Mage, again, you are fucking delusional, man. I'm doing it from all the stuff of experience firsthand. I have no secondhand information other than other people that you're blocking when they're rightfully asking about why you seem like a bot. You're delusional, man. I don't know what to tell you. Assumptions can be incredibly dangerous, especially when nobody has established the facts. You motherfucking hypocrite. You just said that you had concerns from other people. You never talked to me about it. You hid that information from me deliberately. You never expressed those concerns this entire time. And you made assumptions about everything as far as I'm concerned. I've made no assumptions other than assumptions that you're busy in your life and maybe you have your own life struggles and giving you the benefit of the doubt. I've only assumed the positives. You know what I mean? Like, I give you the benefit of the doubt. Shut the fuck up, man. I'm not asking you to agree with everything I've done. I'm not asking you to like me. I'm simply asking you to judge me on what I've actually done and what I've actually said rather than on what other people have decided I must be like. Mage, I have decided what you're like. People come to me for this information, and you know that. That's how you used me to get followers in the beginning. I'm the guy. I'm the one. I'm the guy that constantly got people in touch. That's my gig. That's what I have fun doing. You are a fucking manipulative, lying snake, and you are a two-faced, delusional, backwards, head up your ass jerk off. I've always tried to be polite and welcoming publicly, even towards people I've disagreed with. I don't enjoy burning bridges, and I don't want to turn this into another public argument. We never had a public argument. What do you mean another one? You are so dishonest. You didn't want to talk at all, not even privately. This is all horseshit, and you've already admitted it, and this is probably because you used AI to type all this shit up. If you have an issue with me, let's talk about it privately, clear it up, what actually happened, and if we still don't see eye to eye afterwards, then we can simply go our separate ways respectfully. No, we're going to do that anyway. We're going to do that unless you want some more of this. Seriously, unless you really want a piece of me. I've already shredded you down here, debunked everything that you've said. Have no idea what you're talking about. If anybody wants to hear the other side of the story, sure, I'll tell it. But I have no idea how you can actually think you're a community builder when your whole page is dedicated to your own gaming content. Except for the times when you hung with me and followed in Follow Friday with me. That was the only time you ever did it, was when you were with me. What the fuck are you talking about? Anybody can see that. What are you going to do? Arbitrarily go back there and insert posts and fraudulently switch dates up using AI? I hope you can appreciate that this isn't easy for me to write. I've worked incredibly hard to build what I've built, and because of everything I've been dealing with personally, I haven't even really been able to enjoy the successes I've had. Oh, how tragic for you, the guy that knows your own personal life struggles and then chose to be a manipulative, lying, inhuman snake, right? What in the hell is wrong with you, man? So when people publicly make assumptions about who I am or what my intentions are without knowing what has actually been happening behind the scenes, it genuinely hurts. That is exactly how I feel. Are you kidding me? The whole thing about you having people whisper some concerns about my behavior to you, the hypocrisy of you to make this statement is exactly why I was so enraged. Like to top it off, you're saying that. People have made all kinds of assumptions about me and have deliberately ignored all the good stuff about me, which is 99% of my content. It's all delivered towards that. Just to hurt my brand, if you will, my character. Character assassination, right? Of course it genuinely hurts. You joined them, and it's proof down below because you tagged Suspended Doll at 1,000 for helping you get to 1,000 followers, and you discluded me because you take jabs like that because you're petty, pathetic, and a child who lies and manipulates and tries to get this in your favor in some way and ask for more favors after you've done me nothing but damage. I don't expect special treatment because I'm struggling with things and, you know what I mean, like the stuff that he doesn't want me to share. I just expect the same basic fairness and respect that I try to give everyone else, all the best. You didn't give me any respect. And I don't know about everybody else, but there was no fairness or respect given to me. You're a total fucking liar. This whole thing is complete, total fabrication. And just to make sure, I even wrote down the words so that nobody gets uncomfortable with what I'm saying, okay? Based on all the actions and the things that you've done with me experience-wise and the things you typed that I did not force you to put out there to me, you are a manipulative, inhuman, soulless, dishonest, coward, liar, and you predicate everything on that's completely unverifiable. And, you know, dude, I didn't sign a non-disclosure agreement with you or anything. Not going public, I'm totally doing this. Why not? It's what I do. I'm just honest with people. You're completely a fraud and a backstabber, and you know it, okay? I see no other way to describe you than these words. I don't care if you think you're not a cocksucker. Dude, you did cocksucker moves, okay? This is bullshit. Don't care if you actually watch this. I appreciate anybody that's actually finished this. It's 35 minutes long, but you need to, I'm going to post all this. This is like a book that this guy wrote just in one DM, not to mention all the stuff we had previously. So thank you for the ride. this is the shit that I deal with, and I'm happy to fight it, to be honest. And like, this is the last time ever. Don't ever talk to me again, Mage. Don't ever say anything to me again. I want nothing to do with you, and neither do my friends. The ones that are actually, that trust me and believe me and are smart about this, do not ever get close to this person. Take care of everybody else, and I seriously, Mage, don't ever forget it, dude. I don't think there's any way you could apologize about this. You went way too far, and you screwed up really bad, and you had plenty of time. Just don't.